Good evening, Blindies. Welcome to the Friday night episode of Blind Garage. Well, tonight we're doing another Yarning Cars episode. And this one's about commitment and dedication. Now, when I was a young bloke, my brother had this good mate, and we all nicknamed him Colonel. And some of the people from my past on this channel may know this bloke. He is a great bloke. He's only a little bloke like me, but big heart and gentle bloke. Just a great bloke, you know. As an annoying kid, I used to rock around into his shed and annoy the hell out of this guy, and didn't really know his story at the time, and later on learned what it was, and I've known him for over 30 years now. He's a great bloke, and he has a die-hard passion for Holdens, especially old Holdens. Back when I knew him in the day, he had two E.H. Holden station wagons. One he had in the shed that when I first got to meet him I didn't get to see, but the second one was undercoat grey, and it was pretty much rough as you could get, and we used to jump in it on Friday and Saturday nights and chuck in $2 worth of petrol, I kid you guys not, and drive from Liverpool to Mount Druitt and all around doing what we call the lap. Well, this bloke, when I first met him, I thought he was a bit slow, but it turned out he had brain damage. Colonel had the old grey EH, and then one day he says to me,
Facebook, Right Lane Print and Media posted a
Right
new
Lane,
video.
shout out on my video.
Camera.
So, he opens up his garage door this day, and here's another EH Holden. But this thing was immaculate. He'd built the car himself in that garage, and it had a white and blue vinyl interior with the Premier bucket seats, because it was a Premier. And he pointed out to me the way to tell was by the fact that it had brass headlight rims, which he polished up and looked really neat with the light blue paint and the white roof, and had white vinyl interior with blue piping, had the traditional 4-speed with the lockout reverse, the tri-gauge cluster up on the dash. I think they were 13 by 10 hot wires on the US races on the back, and 13 by 8s on the front. They were massive. They were nearly as wide as they were tall, these tyres. Ladder bars. He really done this car up. But when he first started building it, he barely had use of one arm. And he was in an accident, and he lost use of a lot of his body. And his way of bouncing back and rebuilding his soul, his mind and his body was to rebuild this old E.H. Holden. And he done an exceptional job. Over 35 years the car's been finished for now. And I can tell you this right now, people, on my grave, this car is still in existence today, and it is identical to the day he finished it. I know it's been rebuilt 3 times since then, but you could take photos that we took back in the late 80s of this car and park the car next to it and go through it, and everything I say was there is still there. And it's a exceptional in quality build. Would win any award at a show for paint, engine bay, interior, and it's just the epitome of an 80s street machine on how I remember it in my mind. The fact that Colonel built this car with the obstacles he had to incur and overcome along the way, my hat's off to you, mate. I know that you're out there lurking somewhere, and you'll probably see this one day, and I was honoured to be a part of watching the car originally come together, and even more honoured to still be a part of knowing the car's existence and history to this day. So there you go, guys. Doesn't matter if you're blind or you've in an accident and you lose use of your limbs and that. If you give it a crack, you can overcome it. Now, Colonel now has the beautiful station wagon. Unfortunately, his brother passed away a couple of years ago, and he's got his brother's RB30 turbo-powered ute, and he's got a really immaculate old Triumph that I remember as a 14-year-old kid breaking the Kickstarter trying to kick it over for him out in front of me mum and dad's one day. So, yeah, this bloke from early in his life had to overcome obstacles, and he rebuilt a car to rebuild himself. So never think that something's unachievable, because if you put your heart and your mind into it, you'll get there eventually, guys. Remember the rules. Keep your tyres turning for Tilly.
Stop.